Hey everybody, hope you're doing good. So, in video games, there's something known as a meta. It's usually a tool or a strategy that's more effective and more viable than the rest. In life, it's the same. There are many aspects in life, and money is just one of them, but money is an important tool to help us improve our quality of life, help us save time, and help us spend that time with the people we love. So, let's dive into this flowchart that I found on the personal finance subreddit, and it's very detailed. It has a lot of important skills and a lot of principles that are very important for every single person. So let's take a look at it right here. Even though it does say United States, these skills and principles can be applied anywhere to anyone, and hopefully you learned something. If you do, smash that like button and subscribe. All right, so the first thing is the most obvious. It's the most basic advice you could give anybody, which is creating a budget, knowing how much money comes in, how much money goes out. And yeah, so let's look at the details. First, you obviously want to be paying your living expenses like rent, mortgage, food and groceries, essential items like bills, and phone bill, healthcare, insurance, and making your minimum payment on your debts and loans. So this could be credit cards, student loans, anything like that. This is step one. So definitely you want to pay down all the essentials. You want to make sure you're able to live and to continue making money. So that's step one. Step two is very important. We're getting into the saving part now. Building an emergency fund. So they put this one earlier because it's building a small emergency fund versus later. You want to increase that to 6 months. I prefer having 6 to 12 months of emergency fund available. So that means your money in your emergency fund is able to fund your lifestyle for 6 to 12 months. What people don't get with emergency funds is they're like, oh, maybe I should put this into this investment, into that investment, so I can make more money. No, your emergency fund should be there for emergencies, right? It's not there to make more money. You can put it in a high yield savings account, which is what I recommend. Make some money off of it, but it should be liquid and it should be ready to go if you ever need it. And make sure it's not susceptible to market risks, like if the market were to crash or something. So next, if your employer offers a retirement account with a match, which means if you put in money, they help you put in a little money also. If yes, you definitely want to get that match because that's free money, basically, going into investments for your retirement. But at this point, just do the match as much as you can. See if you have any high interest debt. This part really gets people. So if you have debt that's with an extremely high APR, like credit cards or car loans or something like that, you definitely want to be funneling more money into that principal, paying it off as quickly as possible, because that interest is just going to accrue and you're just going to be paying interest and interest and interest over time. So you definitely want to knock that out as early as possible. So after you pay down your high APR debts and loans, you definitely want to have a nice sizable emergency fund. Like we said earlier, they recommend 3 to 6 months, which is perfectly fine. But I recommend 6 to 12 months, just keeping it in cash, right? Earning some interest if you can. And yeah, just keeping that liquid. So next up is we have moderate interest debt. So anything that's 4 to 5% interest or more, excluding a mortgage. So this one is a little bit more of a personal preference. You can pay more principal on your mortgage if you have a higher interest rate. But obviously, if you have a low interest rate, you can just pay the minimum payment. So after all those steps, you definitely want to start considering investing, especially in a tax-advantaged account like a Roth IRA, which is the next step on this flowchart, right? So why is it important to invest? Well, some people might say, oh, I want to enjoy my money now. I don't want to invest it so that I enjoy it when I'm old. But That's not the whole story, right? I highly doubt somebody who's consistently and diligently investing is having that much lower of a quality of life than somebody who's just spending all their money every month, right? So not only does investing give you peace of mind and help you build for the future, even if you don't want to have a family, even if you just want to be by yourself and enjoy life, it's always good to have that wealth building over time, because time is so important. If you learn about compound interest, investing early, even a little small amount will grow exponentially in the future, right? So that's definitely the next step. Opening up a Roth IRA at a respectable brokerage. There's plenty out there. Use Google, use Reddit, whatever can help you find the right brokerage for you. Definitely want to open a Roth IRA and start contributing your hard-earned cash. So the next step is pretty interesting. This is assuming that you already have an emergency fund that's dedicated just for emergencies, right? So you don't touch that money. This step is asking you if you have any purchases coming up, like college tuition, certificates, or maybe you have to buy a new car or do some repairs. So that is completely separate from your emergency fund, right? You want to have a separate account or a separate balance just for spending on that. And then the next few steps is just ensuring that you're consistently increasing the amount that you're contributing to your retirement savings, right? So you want to be able to increase the percentage of your income that's being invested into the market over time. So hopefully eventually you reach 15%, right? Which is a good number to just consistently put away and let it grow. Being able to cover your needs and your wants and have a certain percent set away for investments, right? So at this point, you are able to look into different types of accounts, such as health savings accounts, 529s for future kids that you may have, and you want to help pay for their education. So just to summarize in terms of investment accounts, if you have an employer who's going to match your 401k, do that first because that's free money, right? So you definitely want to get that match as much as you can. And next, you want to consider a Roth IRA, which is going to help you grow your money tax advantage. So you don't have to pay any taxes on that because you're already putting your post-tax money into that account. So everything that you take out in the future during your retirement age, it's not going to be taxed, right? So that's next. And if you do want, you can have an HSA health savings account that can help pay for your health related medical bills in the future, and a 529 for your kids' future education. So I personally don't have an HSA or a 529, but maybe in the future I'll consider it. For now, I'm just plugging away in my Roth and my taxable brokerage. So yeah. So at this point, you have a good understanding of the different investment accounts that you have, and you have a good chunk of leftover income every month that you can slowly increase your investments over time. And hopefully you're able to max out your Roth IRA and your 401k. So that will bring retirement that much closer and help you reach your goals much faster, right? Or if you have more immediate goals like buying a house or buying a new car, you should definitely plug that money into a savings account and save up for those goals, and hopefully you'll achieve them pretty soon. So it's not an all or nothing thing. You can definitely set percentages for yourself and save both for your investments in your retirement accounts and your stocks, and you can also save for a new house, a new car, things like that. So another thing to think about if you're still iffy on putting more money into investments is you want your money to make more money for you, right? Ideally, you don't want to be working for money forever, right? You want your money to be able to make money for you. It's a tool, right? So, and you have to be in the mindset that everything that you put money into is an investment. If you buy a new laptop, that's an investment on maybe your enjoyment, your work. It could be anything about that. So think about the return that you're going to get on each purchase you're going to make, especially if they're large and consequential in relation to your savings and your net worth. So it's always important to just have consistent and achievable goals, and make sure you journal, make sure you do all those kind of things that can help you stay motivated and help you improve your finances. So thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time.